Robert, can you tell us about your lamping experience the last couple of days?
So, do you want to know the difference between lampin and chillin first?
I don't even think most people connect the two, so that's a start.
Well, chillin is more involved than lampin. Lampin is straight up doing absolutely nothing. I have not moved from my couch in 2 days. I've called out of work. I've done nothing but watch the NCAA March Madness tournament. I have done nothing but lamp.
So
Been
like you can
straight lamping.
chill, we can chill together, but you can only lamp by yourself.
I feel lamp is a solo experience. Chillin is more involved. Chillin is like us going out to a movie. If we're going to a movie together, we're chilling.
Re-
I can't lamp in a movie theater.
Requires a little bit of effort, a little bit of
Yes,
socialization. Okay, that's fair.
yes. So I've been lamping, not chilling.
How many stars out of five does this lamping experience get?
I would say 4 out of 5. The only thing that held me back was I had to do some schoolwork, which was
Mm.
not what I had intended to do because I didn't realize that an assignment was due like 3 hours before. I didn't read dates correctly.
That's a stressful lamper, that's like a big roadblock.
Yeah, but I got it over with early. That was
Okay.
like early Thursday morning lamp since then. So now I've just been in like 2 days of lamp mode since
it,
that first like stressful hour.
do you have a memory of like an optimal lamping experience? Because when you told me you were lamping and then you explained in detail what it was to me, I was like, oh, I know what lamping is because I had a very distinct memory
Of one of my lamping experiences or one of
of
yours
one of
or
my
your own.
personal ones, but I was asking you about yours.
No, you don't need to have memories of a lamping experience. A lamping experience is good because it doesn't require thought.
I mean, I think I'm always like in work mode. I'm always like a tiny bit stressed, if not a lot bit stressed. So I remember this one time in college, I had a dorm room to myself because I was an RA, and I just took a shower. I was fresh. I turned on some Rurouni Kenshin and had a glass of Moscato wine to myself, and I was like, man, it's a Saturday night. I don't give a fuck, and I was just enjoying myself. And then one of my friends came over, was like, hey, you want to go out tonight? And she just ruined everything.
Okay, so then you weren't lamping. It
No, I
was
was I was in like
an
lamping
attempt
state.
at a lamp. Yeah.
I was in a lamping state for about an hour before the Moscato and the
You
and
need
the
more than an
Verona
hour for it to be
Kenshin.
considered a lamp.
It,
Unfortunately, you've never lamped before, it
oh
seems.
no, I felt it. I was so close to
You got
to
to
a
get
true
there,
lamp.
kid. You'll get there one day.
Thanks, buddy. The encouragement keeps me going. Welcome to S Class, the highest tier in podcasting. Joined with me today, as always, is the king of lamps. It's Robert,
I would say I am the Sultan of lamps. I'm
the
a big fan of the
Sultan.
Sultan title. Yeah.
I think that fits in well because like magical lamp.
Oh my God. Yeah, like genies,
Let's bring it back to Aladdin. And as
like
always,
Aladdin.
I am your host, Aladdin.
Justin. It's pronounced Justin.
Sorry, this native tongue, Justin.
Ah, thrown off. What do we got going on today, Aladdin?
So we are going to go through a lot of anime and manga because video games has not been a strong suit this past month. Rob, why don't we kick it off with the Shonen Jump stuff, and then we'll get into the saucy stuff after.
Saucy. Do you know what saucy means?
No, I'm learning a lot. Lamping, saucy, a lot of different
So
vernacular.
saucy has a bit of a sexual connotation.
That might fit in with some of the things we're talking about.
Anyway, let's
uh,
start with Shonen Jump.
what do you want to talk about? The new stuff, the old stuff?
New stuff.
Akane Banashi. Why don't you start this one off because you introduced this one to me?
I love Akane Banashi. It's about Rakugo, which I also have no idea what that is, but it's like a Japanese solo performance where you're literally kneeling on a stage and the only object you can use to act as a fan, and you're playing multiple characters and personalities. The whole thing, I don't understand how it works as a manga because it feels like something that needs, you know, animation and dialogue for it to work because it's all about those motions, but they
Mm-hmm.
kind of draw it in a way where it's easy to follow and the stories are like pretty clear.
I was definitely skeptical of this. Like I avoided this like the plague for 3 or 4 chapters, and then you told me to read it, and I love it. Like you can tell this person either researched really well or just has a genuine love of Rakugo.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they've been to countless like performances. I would imagine you'd have to make a series like this.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, I feel like people make manga about things they've never even done, like play American football, I Shield 21, and I don't know. Probably
Yeah,
some
but
influence.
but I Shield 21 doesn't know anything about football, whereas Slam Dunk has a better understanding of the game of basketball because the
He
author
played
appreciated the game of basketball.
correct.
So I think with a series like this, where it's legitimately, I mean, it seems like legitimately following Rakugo, we have no idea what Rakugo is, so it could be complete
Just, just
nonsense.
just like the Japanese people have no idea what American football is, so they think that's how it's played, and this is what we're gonna think Rakugo is for the rest of our lives.
I will 100% accept this as like the textbook of how Rakugo is.
Really quick story synopsis of this is there's a young girl, her dad's a Rakugo professional who's trying to get promoted and get to like the highest level. It doesn't work out so great, and then she decides to pursue Rakugo herself, and she's just really charming, and the relationships between her and her dad and the rest of her family are really, they feel real, like really heartwarming. It
I
definitely
think
caught me by surprise.
the biggest twist for me was the fact that the dad didn't die,
Dude, that first chapter was wild. Like it was an
right?
emotional roller coaster.
Didn't you feel like it was leading to his like just dying of a broken heart from not
Like
fulfilling his dream?
he might like anhero himself. Like it didn't
I
look
was
good.
very concerned, especially this being a Shonen Jump series where characters aren't allowed to have two parents.
I'm surprised that they existed in the beginning of the chapter.
I know, but you know what? We're breaking all the boundaries with this one.
Yeah, and
I
you
think
know
this will last too.
I think so too. Of all the newest stuff, this one seems like a contender for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely stronger than PPPPP.
I don't know. Apparently, PPP is doing well with volume sales, so it might
Oh,
have some legs because
I,
there's a bunch of junk that's going to get cut anyway before that.
I like I said before, PPP is okay, but I don't think it has like, I don't know, this the legs of that Akane Banashi has, like the art
You may be
style and
right, but there's other stuff that's getting cut way before it.
yeah, I see a couple things looming in the future. But if you again, if you guys, there's only 6 chapters out. If you want to give this a shot, we both give this one a high recommend.
Big recommendation.
Now the next two things, maybe not.
Let's just start with Blue Box and my girl Hina
Devastating.
just putting it all out there, dropping the I love you. You can't, you know, when you're the third part of the love triangle and it's only chapter 47 and you're saying I love you, you're screwed. You have no chance.
You got to give her credit though. She had freaking balls. She got balls of steel in there. She does the fake shoe kicking game into the I love you, into I don't expect an answer right now. I just need you to know because I'm a bad bitch, you know?
Yeah, but we know how it's gonna end. Not well.
Oh, but then the most recent chapter, Chinitsu Senpai's in the corners. I feel like a disaster is kind of waiting for Chinitsu Senpai as well. Like
Yeah.
natural disasters all around, and it's getting good again.
My girl Hina though, she's got no chance.
I don't know.
This is the writing is on the wall.
I don't know if I can realistically see Taiki getting with either of them right now. It's so,
Yeah, maybe not right now, but you know what the end game is.
maybe they all just end up alone and then the two girls get together.
That would be cool. Or I like the glasses kid. I want him to get both of them.
Best friend Kun just has a
And then
harem.
I was about to say this just turns into a harem manga.
What happens to Taiki?
Uh hits the bottle, becomes homeless, you know, just things go south for him, never plays badminton again,
Oh,
harasses
poor
kids in the
bastard.
park, just not a good life for him. And
I
he
hope that
deserves it, honestly. After the way he treated Hina at the festival,
at the
nah,
festival,
that wasn't okay.
maybe this is karma. Man, I
It is
wish,
karma.
I mean, this guy treats people like garbage and he just has women throwing themselves at him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a Taiki fan right now.
We'll see what happens. Our final Shonen Jump update is One Piece, the series that never dies,
Just like Luffy.
just like Luffy. I'm so sick of this trope of him never dying. and he just gets like 15 shots at the apple. Is that the phrase?
I don't know what you're saying, but it seems like this time he did die, but now he's not Luffy.
He's joy boying it. I'm not feeling strong about this Child of Destiny bullshit.
No, you know what the most annoying part is? Like anytime somebody is complaining online that they don't like the whole like Child of Destiny thing, they're saying, well, Luffy's been on a destined path since chapter one. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like he's clearly destined to be the Pirate King, but nobody wants the destined fruit, the destined soul of Joy Boy. It's I thought it was supposed to be about free will and becoming the freest man in the world, but it really just seems like he's been set on this path from the start.
The Pirate King is the man who is most free.
Clearly not.
Oh, it's so frustrating because like the coolest part about Luffy and One Piece is that he's a man who's took charge of his own life and he's taking on these unapproachable challenges that no normal person would even attempt to do. And now it's like, oh, he's supposed to conquer these unavoidable things or unconquerable things.
And here, the time he actually dies, he doesn't get to die because he's, this creature of destiny.
It's such a drag, man. And Kaido's just so he has not gotten more interesting. Like I've heard a couple of our friends say, "Oh, I think it's so funny that he's a drunk." Like it's annoying. It's boring for me at least.
It's also just because this raid itself has been dragged on for 2 years now, and I don't even know how long Wano's been going. It has to be at least 4 years.
It's wild to me that it's been 4 years. It's only been like 50 chapters or probably 70 chapters. I don't know.
Just getting tedious at this point.
So that's enough of us complaining about One Piece. We're still going to read it till we're 50 years old.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Now, Robert, this is the most important question next. Do we save Dress Up Darling for the end or do we do it right now?
Let's save Dress Up Darling for the end. My Dress Up Darling. We'll save that for the end.
Okay. Because we have feelings. But
yeah.
why don't I'll go first. Really quick update on Haikyuu season 3. I finished it a few weeks ago. This is the 10 episode one match.
Oh yeah.
Game. I was a little disappointed. And the reason I say that is because it's a 5-series or 5-match game, or 5-game match rather. And the first two games they dedicate a lot of time and effort into, and then the third and fourth one they sort of just kind of like sweep them away, like, oh, that finished.
It does fast forward a little bit, yeah.
And then so that's the first complaint I have is like, why'd you turn into a 5-game match if you're gonna do that? Just do 3 games. The second thing was the opponent was really boring. Do you remember him?
They ended up being one of the least fleshed out teams in terms of personality, or at least the least interesting personalities.
Because he's hyped up so much. This what the hell is his name? But the Eagle guy is hyped up as like the most powerful guy ever, and he delivers. He's really strong. That's it.
But his personality is kind of flat because his kind of shtick is that
simple
devotion
and strong
to volleyball. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the rest of his teammates, there's that one guy. That guy's kind of interesting, actually, the red hair guy. But the rest of his teammates, like, tell me one thing about them except for, oh, this is the ambitious rookie. This is the reliable, strong guy. Like, like nothing, no narrative really going on except for between the main bad guy or main opponent and Hinata.
Ultimately, this whole season was a stepping stone for what is to come
for the 2 remaining big bads, right?
Yeah. So okay. you kind of needed to get this out of the way so that they could move on to bigger, better things.
Yeah, but I just think they spent 2 seasons hyping him up.
Yeah, but it was hard to have stakes because unless you wanted to end the series here with them losing, right. You needed to do this, and to do it this big, 10 episodes, just one game against one team, that's as big as you can make it, while it obviously not having the stakes.
I'm okay with you. I'm okay with the results. I'm okay with the animation and the techniques and stuff. I just wish that the opponent was a little more fleshed out. to keep the narrative more interesting.
Ultimately,
Again,
I think they saved their
their
better
best writing
personality
chops.
teams for later in the series.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it sort of has a similar issue to Slam Dunk. Like, you know how a lot of the middle fights are kind of, while you're
Right.
watching
Yeah.
it, it's fine, but you don't really remember them later on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure watching seasons 4 and 5 will kind of, season 4 and 5 or just 4?
Four. I don't know. I think it's 4 and 5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that will rectify my overall experience. So it was a good
I
time.
think it will. Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to talk about this. I've been breaking it up one season per month, give myself some breathing room, and then I move into the next one.
There you
Um,
go.
but last thing is season 3. I love Tsukishima so much. He's my favorite
I
character now.
told you. I told you.
He's just the best. I want
I
to write
absolutely told you that. Yep.
so many videos about him now. He's just the greatest.
He is my husbando. Easy.
I thought you liked the Ryu, the gangster kid.
I like him too, but Tsukishima's, husbando tier.
Yeah, he's great. Robert, fucking A. Tell me about Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out.
I think you just told me exactly what Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out is about. It's about Uzaki-Chan and she wants to hang out
Describe
with her.
Uzaki-Chan. I watched one episode of this. I said, nope, this is not for me.
He is a well-endowed kohai in college, and her senpai, they know each other from the high school swim team, but her senpai is a loner and introvert, but he's actually cool as hell. He just doesn't want to deal with anyone. But Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
You know what? Senpai is just trying to lamp, isn't he?
Yes, senpai just wants to lamp.
They should have renamed the series to Senpai Just Wants to Lamp. It depends on
Senpai just wants to lamp.
whose perspective are you watching it from? Uzaki-chan
And
wants to hang out or Senpai wants to lamp?
there you go. That's lamping. What he's trying to do is lamping. What she's trying to do is chill.
I mean, he's like living his best life. He like goes to the movie theater, watches movies by himself because he loves movies. Like,
Yeah,
runs errands by himself. Like, I didn't get, again, I only saw one episode, but he's living his best life, and she just keeps getting in the way. And he doesn't seem to. She uses all of his bonus points at the movie theater, uses all of his points to get food. Just
that feels like something I would do to you.
It's something you have done to me, except it was real money. But that's besides the point.
Oh man.
Why do you like this series? Did you finish it?
Oh yeah, I finished the anime and then I read the manga up to, and got up to date.
Oh my god.
And I enjoyed every second of it. The first
Why?
episode, honestly, is the slowest.
I'm
part
not,
of this
I don't
series.
care what you say right now. I'm not going into episode 2.
You're missing out.
Tell me a little. Okay, pretend I would give a shit. Give me like 3 bullet points of why I should watch Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out.
Um, Uzaki-chan's mom.
Does she also have big boingers?
Yes. Actually, her plotline is hilarious because he goes over their house and they have cats, and he's really excited by cats. He loves cats, but so the cat is sitting on the mother's lap, and he can't stop staring at the cat. But the mother thinks he's staring at her breast, and like the entire series now, the mother thinks that the senpai is trying to sleep with her, but he really just loves cats.
Does he like Uzaki-Chan? Is it gonna get saucy later or nah?
Yeah, they actually have very good and quick character development. Not
Okay.
quick, but for a rom-com, it's pretty quick paced.
And I guess for anyone who hasn't seen the character design of Uzaki-Chan, she's like literally like 4'2" and just has breasts that take up half her body.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
And in the first episode, there are at least like 5 boob gags.
Correct. That remains throughout the series, yes.
This sounds terrible.
Look, whatever, man. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying my life, so you do you.
Anything else to say about this series?
No, it's great.
If
Highly
not,
recommend. Big recommend.
I give it a 2 thumbs down, guys. This actually is a perfect transition into the next point, which is 00F.
Why are we talking about 00F?
This is the first
We
time I
watched that
actually
like 10
watched
years
it.
ago.
I've never watched it.
You never watched it.
So I was prepping for my my Vulcan video, my Vulcan DIY video, and then I clicked into my external hard drive and I saw there's an OVAs folder. So I clicked the OVAs folder and I said, "Shit, I've never seen 00F,"
Oh my
which
God.
is the Zach or Gash Bell OVA of Folgore as a spy called 00F.
It's great.
It's great. It did not need to be 20 minutes long.
I could have done with maybe 7.
7 minutes is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The plot line is Italian superstar and demon bookholder Parco Folgore has to rescue the boobs of Big Boing that have been taken away from her, and they have been kidnapped by the professor from England who shows up in one episode, and he attaches them to himself and he fights with them.
Yes, correct. Once again, could have been 7 minutes.
There's a boob ship mansion / spaceship. He attacks people with his hips in his butt, and it
does
was
take
glorious.
heavy influence from James Bond. Yes.
That is exactly what I was saying.
Yes, correct.
So
all right, let's move on because I want to talk about the actual Zatch Bell now.
There's a Gash Bell sequel.
Yeah.
What world do we live in? Like, where did this come from?
And it happened so quick. They announced it like a few weeks ago, and we already have chapter 1.
I know, and you know what?
Everyone, spoilers, everyone is dead.
Dude, I was on 4chan looking for the chapter, and everyone just kept writing, "Everyone is dead." I was like, just post the goddamn link. I was like, what do you mean everyone is dead? I was really skeptical about this. How were you feeling walking into this?
I wanted to be excited, but like just based on years of terrible sequels like Boruto and Dragon Ball Super and all of these just reboots and all that, I do. But you know, I wasn't expecting too much. I wanted to be optimistic, and I was excited for the opportunity and the chance for it to be good. But you know,
I was super nervous because I was like, Gash Bell is one of those stories that had such a neatly tied bow on top of it, and I was like, this does not need anything more. And do you want to throw your theories out there of what you thought it was going to be about?
I had no idea, to be honest with you. I thought it might just be about the demon world,
right?
And like that's it. We wouldn't see any humans. And I thought it was going to be kind of in the future. Definitely not that.
I had a theory it was going to be about Ashuran, who loves to drink the beer made by the dwarfs, and then there's like a wheat shortage, and Gash Bell has to help him to make beer.
Okay, so we were both wrong.
Yeah, this went up to like levels of metal that I didn't know Gash Bell could get up to.
No, it was really intense.
First chapter, what a banger of a first chapter.
Oh my God. But that like final like color page with Kiyomaru, like I don't even have the words to describe how like badass he looked and like how awesome that was.
It was amazing, and I forgot that Kiyomaru is this character who makes you have hope again. I forgot that's who he was, and it reminded me of that genuinely.
Oh my God. I'm excited. The only thing I disliked about it was I hate the character design of the demon girl we were following.
The little demon girl or the bad guy?
No, the little demon girl that was holding the baby.
Yeah, wasn't great. And even the bad guy is kind of like a little wonky, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's going to be taken care of soon, but I'm really hoping we're not like traveling with this girl this whole series.
Yeah, and you know, I'm so freaking curious. Like, what the hell is Kiyomaru gonna do? Like, they're like, he's gonna hold off this guy. He doesn't have a demon with him. What the fuck is he gonna do?
He's gonna talk him down. He's got the answer talker.
He's gonna find the answer to the problem. But
yeah,
I don't know how it's gonna be badass. I don't know how they're gonna do it though.
And it's a monthly, so we're gonna be talking about this once a month too.
This thing is gonna climb towards the top of our anime manga of the year, and there's going to be 12 chapters,
if that. Yeah.
Guys, it's the time of the hour.
Oh, my dress up darling.
You did a really good job of leading me on until we accidentally hung out and we kind of spilled our feelings a little bit.
I really enjoyed the anime for the first 7 episodes, and that's what I watched up to.
Okay,
and then
wait. I wanna just read some of the text that you said to me. Give me 1 second, because so you and our buddy John were watching this, and you guys were speaking. It seemed pretty highly of it, but then I started watching it. And I started enjoying it as well. And what the hell did you say to me? Um, I said, I want to talk about Dress Up Darling. Can we pot about it on Sunday? And then you're like, it's kind of awful. I'm curious what you have in mind. And I was like, don't worry, I have a video about it. And you said, is it My Dress Up Darling? I've seen it done better. And I was like, wait a second, he doesn't like it? Because this is like the schlocky trash that you enjoy. And when we saw each other in person, like I think you started to let out that you're just trying to lead me on, I think. But why don't you tell me about what
No,
you really
I
feel?
did enjoy the anime for the first 7 episodes, and then I was caught up. So I said, all right, I'll just read the manga because I don't really care too much. So I'll just see what it's about. And then as I was reading the manga, I realized this is literally chapters upon chapters just explaining how cosplay works. And I was so bored. And I was like, oh
Really?
my God, this is so not aimed at me. And like, I, I was like, I can't do this. I'm not going to sit here and do this for volume after volume.
No
I'm not
kidding.
interested in this topic. And that's fine. I think it's definitely good for people that are interested in the topic, but I don't think the romance is incredibly slow and it's clearly not going anywhere anytime soon. So
Oh
that's not
no.
like enough to keep me hanging on. And the concept of cosplay doesn't really interest me that much, not as much as Rakugo does, for sure. So I just, after really enjoying the anime, I felt the complete opposite after reading the manga and was like, oh my God, I don't think I like this.
So it's not actually awful. It's just not for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad. I mean, the romance is incredibly slow, but I do appreciate the
That's so
characters
interesting.
themselves.
Because it's like the first 6 episodes, like she falls in love with him. I was like, oh shit, like they're going there already. And I don't know. I thought they have really good chemistry.
I agree,
And
absolutely.
it's really a shame that you say that this keeps going on and they don't really develop at a good pace. And I also really love the first 6 episodes where he does the first cosplay for her, right? And
Yeah.
then you sort of like get like that culmination of like, okay, this finishes the arc. Now what are they gonna do? And then they introduced this lolly character, and I said, oh God, like not this. But then he just sort of Gojo is just such a good dude that it still maintains interest, even though it's slowly sort of becoming a harem, but not really.
It becomes even more of a harem as you continue. And what the premise ends up being is teaching us about cosplay and him breaking other people out of their shells with Marin, and they break each other out of their shells. And that felt good the first time.
Yeah, he
And
does
then
that
I
with the younger
realized that this is
sister.
just going to be a formula and we're just going to keep cycling
Ah,
through this.
yeah, that's so sad because they like I said, I was disheartened by the lolly character. Then the next 3 episodes kind of turned me around on it because he broke her out of her shell, right? But you hope that they keep iterating on something, evolving it, right?
Yeah, it feels to me that's just going to be kind of cyclical of that like plot line of teaching us about aspects of cosplay, Gojo breaking somebody out of their shell as Marin helps break him out of his, and everyone getting to become friends as he, you know, learns to find what he wants to do in life, whether it's design clothes or design dolls.
Oh, that's so sad. I thought this was going to be like a Marin gush fest. Like that's why we were holding it off. I didn't realize that we were going to be like heartbroken at this point.
It's not bad. It's just I think I just like romantic comedies better than straight romance.
I thought there was a lot of comedic aspects of this, but um
I think this is definitely more heartfelt than Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out.
yeah, that I watched like 10 episodes of this over the course of 2, maybe 3 days, and I was like, all right, time to move on to Uzaki-chan. And I watched Uzaki-chan. I was like, I hate this so much. Because this one I thought was like schlocky anime garbage and ended up being really I don't want to say maybe wholesome, maybe heartfelt. And I really appreciated that.
I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad. I just don't think I enjoy it.
Interesting. Okay. I was surprised. You had me
I
doubly
was surprised too because I really enjoyed it at first.
I'm gonna keep going with this season, and we'll see how I keep feeling about it.
Yeah.
All right, that is all of our anime and manga of the past month. Our video game section, not that great, but Rob, can I start this one out?
Yeah, go for it.
So I had a really bad video game month in January or maybe February, one of the two. And I said, I'm swearing off video games. I'm gonna read some books. And I read a book. I'll talk about it next time. But I broke my swear to not do any video games for the month, and I opened up Trials of Mana, and I fucking hated it.
I tried warning you about this.
Our friend Ryan lent it to me, and thank you, Ryan. But you get to choose one of 6 character paths. I choose this guy who's like a beast man. I was like, oh, this sounds great. First 30-second or first 3-minute cutscene, he kills a dog. I was like, it's like the worst voice acting ever, and the guy's name is Kevin. So all 3 of these things, hate it.
Yeah,
put it back.
It's not a fun game.
And I swore off video games again until.
Wait, actually, I don't know how I just had this revelation. That copy of Trials of Mana that you have, that's from Ryan, I gave to Ryan because Walmart sent me 2 copies when I originally ordered it, even though I only paid for one. And then I ended up returning the one I had because I didn't like the game.
I do remember this text. I didn't know it was about Trials of Mana. I do remember seeing this in the group chat. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to put that back in the case and happily hand it back to Ryan to say, thank you very much. Not for me, sir.
Nope.
Besides that, the first set of video games I played was last weekend with you and John, and we played Smash Bros as per usual. And then I was like, we've been doing this for 15 years. We got to change it up. And we broke into the 64 catalog on the Switch. And
so instead we did things that we did 20 years ago.
Yeah, essentially. But a lot of this was like a new experience for me. Star Fox 64 was okay, but most importantly, Mario Tennis is amazing.
Oh my god, it was so fun. I'm not just saying this. I had more fun with Mario Tennis 64 than I did the Mario Tennis on the Switch.
I believe it. I mean, like, dude, we had a
there's
great
just
time.
Something about it. Yeah, it was a blast.
I think, what was the record, Rob? Me and John versus you and computer?
I think I went 7-0.
At least.
At least, yeah.
Oh my god.
There were some where you guys didn't even get games off of me.
Yeah,
I just took straight sets.
It would be like, okay, best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5, best 7 out of 15. And it just kept evolving because John
for like 45 minutes of you guys losing.
And then I had to go home, or I had to go to a family thing, and then John's like, no, we gotta get a game off of him.
And then he still lost.
Because this motherfucker was like, I was like, okay, I'll take the right, you take the left. He kept coming into my zone.
No, you didn't know what you were doing.
I also didn't know what I was doing, but he's supposed to be the leader here, and he kept breaking his own set of rules.
No, I ran that all day.
You did very well. It was a peak Rob performance.
We're gonna have to do that again.
Yeah, I'm ready to do more Mario Tennis. That could be part of my weekly Saturdays now.
I'm good with that.
That's all the video games I played for the month of February. Rob, back over to you.
Oh, Triangle Strategy. So I actually just beat this game this morning.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How many hours?
About 25.
Okay.
Okay, so the first like 2 hours of this game, I absolutely hated it because it was all story and exposition and reading. And then there was like maybe 45 minutes in, there was like a 15-minute fight, and then another like hour of story, reading, and exposition. I was like, I do not want to do this. And then it starts picking up, and it's really fun and really addictive. It's a strategy RPG. The story is actually pretty engaging, and like it's one of those things where at first I hated it because I didn't feel like reading anymore, but then it was like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And there's like a bunch of different routes. So I'm doing New Game Plus. I'm gonna try it out on a different route, different branching decision things. I was about it. It was a lot of fun.
Is it like Octopath with 3 instead of 8, or is it totally not?
No. It's not like Octopath. You have the one main character. It's just like the way he answers questions can decide like what type of path you go down. And then there's different, the chapters can be different and the story can be different based on that. I think there's 4 different endings
Why
you
is
can
it a
get.
triangle if there's 4 endings?
There's 3 nations at war.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Story looks good, or story was good.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I didn't like the route I ended up going down, but at some point you made some bad choices, and that is what it is. But I'm gonna play another route.
That's good. I'm glad it turned out well for
Yeah.
you. How was the do you think that it needed those first 2-3 hours of exposition? Like, do you think they could have dove straight in instead?
Uh no, it kind of needed it. It kind of needed to set the tone and kind of twist things up so you could see which characters were going to backstab the others and all of that. And it was necessary, but I can see it having put a lot of people off
Okay.
if they like started this game and then they were like, I'm tired of this. I want to play a video game.
And the general, oh, and one more thing is, how's the battle system? Is it generic RPG stuff or something?
No, it's strategy RPG, and it's pretty good. It's a tactical game. It's not really a classic turn-based
It's not Final
RPG.
Fantasy-esque.
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's
No,
exactly what I
it's a
thought it was
grid.
going to
It's
be.
a grid-based, map. Each battle, and you're moving your units across the map.
Like
It's kind of like Fire Emblem, but if you have any knowledge of Fire Emblem, which I don't think you do, but
nope. Like
like a
Advance Wars.
chessboard.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like Advance Wars
Which I saw a commercial for.
in a way. Well,
Okay.
Advance War.
Which is,
what? We're done with video games, so let's get into news because I got one for you. We're not
Advance
getting
Wars got
the new Advance
canceled.
Wars game. It
Yeah.
got delayed indefinitely. We're never getting this game.
A good decision to do that though, I think. Other big news, Morgan, breaking news. New Pokemon starter designs released.
I love the duck.
Did you? I think you coined this term. I think you had to copyright it.
Which term?
The term that you use for the duck.
Well, no, I've seen him called Ductator, but
Okay.
I haven't seen anybody else compare him to Mussolini
Oh,
because he looks almost identical to Benito Mussolini.
They're just calling him the Ductator, not connected to Mussolini though.
No, because when the starter news broke, I went on Twitter and searched the duck's name and Mussolini, and there were no results.
No one ever thought you would connect the duck from Pokemon and Mussolini.
There was just something about it that really made me think that this duck is a dictator. I like legitimately thought that's what the design was based on.
What the hell is this?
Also realizing his name is Quaxley. I don't know. I really like the duck design. The chili pepper.
I love the chili pepper.
Gator is pretty cool. The only one I outright dislike is the grass cat.
I think it's supposed to be like a weed cat. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, but that's how I've interpreted it, and it just seems kind of boring.
Yeah, it just looks kind of generic.
Could have potential for if it turns into some cool looking tiger panther thing, maybe. But TBD. Ductator, pretty good. I was not
awesome.
I was not bought into the Ductator initially, but kind of into it now.
He's cute and cool. He's got the Pikachu design where it's both cute and cool, and that's hard to get.
It is. I hope they keep him cool in the final form. They don't turn into something weird.
Yeah, it's hit or miss with the starters, especially in the last few generations. But I'm gonna hold out hope.
Oh my god, I love this stupid apple dino. He's so great.
I think it's a chili pepper.
I think it's an apple. I think this is like the cut into the apple's
No,
face.
look, he's like curved like a chili pepper.
I don't know.
And he's red.
So is an apple.
They literally just made an apple Pokemon in the last generation. Actually, they made 3.
3?
Well, it evolves.
Okay. I'm glad they're able to create something like new and unique, but I don't think there's much more to say about Pokemon besides that at this point.
No, but honestly, for the first time, I'm looking forward to a Pokemon game. This one doesn't look too bad.
I hope they use some of the Legend of Arceus mechanics and throw it into there rather than taking a step backwards after they spent all this time on it.
I'm sure they will, but for once, I'm going to be hopeful about a Pokemon game.
Let me know when you spend $50 on it so I can hear about it and never play
You got it.
it. Our last piece of news is Funimation is merging with Crunchyroll. Acquired or merging?
I think they were. Are they both owned by Sony? And I think they consolidated them. Maybe. I don't know.
I
Either way, that's the only reason I got to watch Uzaki-Chan, because that used to be on Funimation, and then it moved to Crunchyroll.
let's see.
Because I had been meaning to watch Uzaki in the past, but I did not have a Funimation account. I mean, I don't have a
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll account either, but we use our friend Ryan's.
Don't when we become famous, don't let Crunchyroll hear this because they're going to sponsor us.
Oh yeah, they had a Dragon Ball too, because that was on, I guess, Funimation. I didn't realize that wasn't on Crunchyroll.
There's quite a few good shows on Funimation, like Bebop's on there.
Well, now there's nothing on Funimation. It's all on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I know that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this until 30 minutes ago when you told me, so I will check out some of the acquisitions. I really want to watch. There's a show called Big O. It's about giant robots that I've seen like half of, and then my Funimation free discount trial ran out, so I stopped watching it many years ago.
Or you could watch a show about big breast. It's called Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out.
No.
Okay, that was my try.
Good pitch.
I gave my best. I gave my best shot.
Finally, we are into the email section. If you guys want to send us an email or a message, you can send us an email at sclasspodcast@gmail.com, or you can send a message at sclass_YT on Twitter and Instagram. Robert.
They could.
Will they, though? That is the great question.
You tell me. I don't check the email.
I don't until we have these calls either.
What do you got for us?
Well, we have this question, Rob. Why don't you read it out to us?
Let's see. What 3 manga would you bring if stranded on a desert island? Oh, no, I'm sorry. On a desert island? Wilson. Well, Wilson, if I was on an island made of dessert, I don't think I would need manga. But if I was on a desert island,
I think Whole Cake
how does
Island,
this work? Am I getting like actual physical copies of the series?
Yeah, you get the way I'm picturing it is you get like a waterproof case, washes up ashore, and there's 3 sets of manga in there, and they're paperbacks, and you have no Wi-Fi, no electricity, nothing. You don't know when you're getting off this island.
Okay, so for my first one, I would take Hajime no Ippo and use it as kindling for my fire, because there's hundreds of volumes of that.
That's cruel. That's so cruel.
With this rule set, I will get plenty of Kindle.
I thought you were going to read Hajime no Ippo because it's one of those beastly things. You're like, finally, I'll have enough time because I'll be lamping on this island.
I'll read a volume and then I'll use it for fire. So that's my first one. Why don't you go with your first one?
I'd go with, I think, Dr. Stone, because I've only watched the first season of the anime, and I'm thinking that maybe some of the inventions in this manga will inspire me to try to escape this island. So it's
No,
both
you'd be
entertainment
screwed.
and utility.
If anything, it would get you killed.
No, why?
I guess for entertainment, I would bring One Piece, which can also be used for kindling, because that's another 100 volumes.
Oh, God. Let me think. What is something that I've been wanting to read that's long?
All right. While you're thinking, I'll throw in my third one, which is Yatsuba, which will probably be the only thing keeping me alive.
The happiness of Yosuba.
Yes.
You might just start going insane. I was thinking about, I thought about One Piece, which may end up being there because who knows how long I'm on this island. I could reread 1,000 chapters.
Wait, also question. When a new volume is released, will it be airdropped to us?
Like a little Ziploc bag gets shipped across. Oh man, I wish. I guess the last one, maybe Blue Period, because I want to read that and maybe it will inspire some creativity in me while I'm on this desert island.
So we went in different directions.
I'm trying to like survive, and you're just gonna be a freaking Fahrenheit 451 book burner over here.
I'm just trying to survive in my own way, Justin. All I need is Yatsuba, our anime of the year.
Oh, don't keep reminding me of that. It breaks my heart every time.
Does it?
Thank you very much, Wilson. Great question. Robert, you have anything else you want to add before we wrap this podcast up?
Nah, I'm done. I think that covers everything. I'm going back to lampin.
All right. Thanks, guys, so much. We'll catch you guys next time.